Alright, so steps for taping an ankle. The first step would usually be to use adhesive spray to lay down the pre-wrap, but for this we're not going to do that. So the first step today will be the heel and lace pads to prevent friction and blistering. So the heel or the lace pad goes on the top of the foot where your laces would go on a shoe, and your heel pad will go kind of on the Achilles to prevent a little bit of friction back there. And so with the pre-wrap, you hold it like this and just start a little below the calf muscle and just work your way down and make sure you cover up the heel and lace pads.
Yeah, you don't want to start too high with the pre-wrap. That way you can prevent any restriction, causing any restriction on the calf muscle itself. See, with the pre-wrap, he works it back up to the proximal end of the ankle. You notice that the heel is not covered all the way, and that's perfectly fine. Some people may cover the heel. You don't have to, because that's not important when taping the ankle itself.
All right, so the next step would be the anchors. So you'll do 3 at the top, just to hold the pre-wrap in place. And you'll overlap by half of the tape width. And then you'll do 1 down here on the bottom of the foot. And make sure his foot is dorsiflexed back so that it's already in flexion. Alright, so after you do the anchors, you'll start with stirrups, and you'll do 2 stirrups while basket weaving with the anchors. So you'll start on the inside and make sure you cover up his medial malleolus, which is just the inside ankle bone, and make sure his foot is dorsiflexed back, and keep it tight. And then you'll come around and cover the outside ankle bone, this little notch right there. Just lay that down. And then you'll come back with another anchor to hold that in place. And you'll do that again, overlapping the first stirrup by a little bit. And you'll do another anchor. Alright, so then after that, you'll do horseshoes. So you'll start kind of along the pinky toe and just go back and around the Achilles, keeping it really tight. And you'll come around up here and tear, and attach it to the anchor that's down there on the foot.
If you notice, it makes a horseshoe shape, which is why they call it a horseshoe.
Alright, so after doing 2 of those, you'll go into the figure 8. So for the figure 8, I pull it out a good bit, and you'll start at the bottom of the foot and just kind of put the foot in the middle of the tape you've pulled out, and you'll take the end that doesn't have the tape roll on it and just lay it over the foot, and it'll kind of you'll just lay it over, and it should just wrap around, and you'll take the other end and do the same thing, just going the other way. So after the figure 8, you'll go into the double heel lock. So this one, you'll kind of start it. I pulled out too much.
Yep, and it's okay to take your time. When you start the double heel locks, it's important to remember, don't pull out too much tape, because then it's going to make it more difficult for you.
So you start at the upper end of where your laces would go on a shoe, and just go back to the Achilles, keeping it tight. And you'll come around the bottom of the foot. Just kind of try to, don't let it bunch up. And you'll come around the top of the foot and then go back to the Achilles. And you'll come around on the outside of the foot and go to the bottom. And that's one double heel lock. And you'll do the same thing again.
So you'll put on 2 of these, and I'm gonna step you through how we teach it in class, Angel, is start at the laces and follow this rhythm. Laces around the back of the ankle. Once you get around the back of the ankle, then you pull and turn the tape under the bottom of the foot. After you get it laid down, and you might have to maneuver the tape a little bit because you're turning it, so it's gonna wanna bunch up. If it bunches up a little bit, it's okay. It's not always gonna lay perfect. Once you go under the bottom of the foot, then you're gonna pull the tape back and end up back at the laces again. And when we say laces, we're talking about where the laces of a shoe would be. All right, once you're back at the laces, you're gonna bring the tape roll back around the back of the ankle again. That sinks in the calcaneus, which is the heel bone. You'll feel the little dip right here on the back of the ankle. Once you're there, you turn the tape and lay it down, moving nice and slow under the foot one more time. And then the tape comes back around to the laces, and then you can end it right there, or some people take the tape all the way around the ankle one time, which is fine. If you'll look right here on the ankle, you will see triangles. And when you do a double heel lock, the tape crisscrosses and makes a triangle on both sides. And if you see those triangles after you're taping, then you know you've done it correctly. You'll see the tape here, the tape here, and the tape here, and that forms that triangle right there. And if that's in place, you've correctly done a double heel lock. The last step to taping an ankle would be to close. We're gonna show you what that means. However, when you're taping, you do not have to do that step just for sake of saving tape. But closing, you can continuous roll 2 to 3 times around the ankle. Once you go around the 3rd time, you'll want to tear it, and then you can start another continuous roll. You don't have to continuous roll it. You can sit there and tear the tape and do anchors like before all the way down the ankle. If you see Now, the ankle, there's no tape sticking out. Everything is smooth and laid down. You also notice that there are no holes in the tape job. All right, if so right here, if there was some reason pre-wrap sticking through or an area of the ankle that didn't get taped, we would consider that a hole, and so you would have to close that up or put tape over it, because that type of hole would cause friction between your foot and the tape and eventually lead to a blister. All right, hopefully this helps you. If you have any questions, please let us know. This was Aaron Dorr and Devin Wilson. This is our Sports Med 2 class. And I'm Coach Smith, and Angel, I hope you're doing well, and good luck on taping. My face is not on it. What's up? And we're done.